Welcome to Brody Academy, education for your business to help you be successful. My name is Zane Stevens. I'm the founder of Prodia Financial. It is February 2025. Can you believe it? We only get 12 months in a year and one of them already passed. I've spent a lot of time in January making sure that the historical information of our clients is in order to allow them to take a look at their information, provide them with a blueprint, and use that information to work on more detailed plans. Most of them have a budget, but after reviewing how did 2024 really go, they can make adjustments, start planning, and try to adapt to the problems in front of them. And that's what we're going to talk about today. As we're entering into the meat of 2025, small business owners like yourself are experiencing a lot of difficulties. As we're entering in 2025, in the United States, we're seeing a change in leadership. And no matter what the change is, good, bad, or no opinion at all, change in leadership brings uncertainty to the market and brings its own set of challenges. With the anticipation of a change in leadership, in Q4 we saw a lot of hold and wait, let's see what's going to happen mentality. And going into this year, we now have to take what's in front of us, adapt and change as these policy changes occur in front of us. But there are some very key business challenges that every business is going to face, and you need to be aware of them so that you can best prepare for the effects it will have on your business. So I'm going to work through a list of challenges for your business this year. Think about them, use them, and take that information to try have a more successful 2025. First up on my list is economic uncertainty and inflation. We are still in a market where economic sentiment is low with the consumer. Inflation has been high, especially in key areas like food and housing. There is a belief that some of that inflationary pressure should come off this year with change in policies, but the threat of tariffs could have a negative effect on that situation, especially if the US dollar continues to stay strong. With all of this uncertainty, there is a fear of further economic slowdown and recession. And if consumers are feeling like they don't have enough money, their spending will still be low, especially in those products that are in the high end or are seen as a luxury. So economic uncertainty and inflation will have an effect on your business. The labor market in 2025 remains difficult. There is a talent shortage. There is skill gaps. This means you have to be a lot smarter about your hiring. You really have to understand your business and the people that you need. And then most importantly, when you get good people, you have to do whatever it takes to keep those people in your business. Wage inflation is going to affect your business. As normal inflation arises, people will want to get paid more or look for opportunities to pay more. So understand that labor is going to continue to be tricky, and you need to focus in on making it a great place for people to work so that you can keep good people. And you have to think about automation as well as technology to reduce your overall labor costs. Number 3 on this list is regulatory and compliance changes. As we mentioned at the beginning, change in leadership brings changes. We're expecting to see continued increased government regulations, potential changes to sales tax and regular taxes of businesses. Employment laws consistently change, and probably going to see some changes in environmental mandates. Add to that, we still have the great confusion about the CTA, Corporate Transparency Act. I've spoken a lot about it on this channel, and as it stands, who knows what's going to happen. But that uncertainty makes our lives as business owners really tough. So you've got to stay up to date and be sure that you're staying compliant with all the law changes that are occurring. Number 4, technologies, disruptions, and AI integration. AI is the big word out there at the moment. Many companies are adjusting the tech space to move their workforce from what it was traditionally to focusing on AI platforms to improve their products. You are going to have to sit down and figure out, how are you using AI in your business? How can you use it to be more efficient, provide better value, be a better company? AI is happening, and you have to figure it out for your individual business. But with continuation of the use of technology comes a lot of risks, and cybersecurity risks are huge at the moment. The risks of phishing, loss of data, corruption, hackers trying to get in, that continues to be a major risk to any business owner. And it is critical that you put good policies in place within your business, educate your team on the threats of hacking and cybersecurity attacks, make sure you have insurance in place, and that you're working with a good IT provider to help keep your business safe. Keeping your data and your business safe is important because it does affect your reputation. At the end of the day, reputation is all a business has. Number 5 on the list of problems facing small business here is going to be continued supply chain and logistics issues. We are going into a very uncertain geopolitical environment. There is tension, especially with the talk of tariffs. We are not sure at this point if these tariffs are real, bargaining tools, but what we do know is if tariffs are put in place, there will be tariffs coming the other direction. This puts a lot of pressure on the system. It will raise prices of shipping costs. It most likely will create some delays in getting raw materials or products into the country, and these could affect your business. This is an area of outside of my expertise, but we have seen since 2020, supply chain issues have a major effect on businesses throughout the world. And it is something that you continually have to keep in top of your mind, especially the price increases that come with it. Supply chain and logistics issues will continue into the future. I'd love to not be able to talk about it in 2026, but I'm guessing it'll be on the list then as well. Number 6 is one of the biggest ones that a lot of people have to deal with. We are currently in a world where customer behavior and markets are shifting. Consumers have changed. We are seeing the younger generations taking up a bigger proportion of the population as the older population spending power decreases or they are no longer part of the market at all. Consumer expectations are changing, and there is way more demand for personalized experiences, ethical sourcing, and sustainable products. What people want from the people they're buying from is honesty, integrity, and understanding. The moral compass is at an all-time high, and people want to buy from good people. This does make it very, very tricky, especially if you're developing a product. You have to make adjustments to cater to this market and understand if you can get in with them, that's a good start. But brand loyalty is an all-time low. People will change. They will move to anybody who they feel is giving them a better experience, a better product, or a better people. Customer retention strategies in 2025 are going to be critical. It is one thing to win a client. It is a totally different thing to keep them in and have them continue to purchase from you. Strategies are going to have to change with the generational change and the expectations of the consumer that have shifted significantly in the last few years. For a lot of growing businesses, one of the toughest situations they're going to face is access to capital. So number 7 is the increase in interest rates. We are not exactly sure which direction are they going to go. I'm not going to even try to predict them. I'm not an economist. But it is very clear that it is way more expensive to lend money today than it was a few years ago. Most people's interest rates would be significantly higher if they needed to take out new debt or move banks for any other reason to get debt. Financing is going to get tough. It is harder to get money as we are talking right now. So you have to make sure that you have a strong balance sheet, a great business plan and executing on your promises to make sure you can maintain those good borrowing relationships. The last threat to small businesses that I want to talk about this year is small business versus big business competition. Because of the move to technology and AI, large companies have a massive advantage because they have more buying power and they're able to move a lot quicker in this changing market. Small businesses need to adjust their strategies and think narrower as we go into 2025. Focusing on niche markets, community engagement, and personalized services are going to be critical to be able to move dollars spending from the consumer that is using them to big businesses to the small business. It is going to be harder to differentiate yourself in this market and harder to get in front of consumers as large companies consolidate as well as put more marketing dollars behind engaging those customers as they continue to want to grow to see a return for their investors. Owning a business is tough. If you're a small business owner, you know this. It is not easy to run a business, and there's a lot of challenges ahead of you. My advice for anybody run a business is be aware of the challenges in front of you. Build a plan, have some action points, and review regularly. I also recommend having strong financial statements that you review on a regular basis, that you ask specific questions about it. Create KPIs around your financials as well as key parts of your business, and review them with your managed team on a regular basis to make sure you're on track. If a KPI is falling off, make sure you focus on it and put a plan in to correct it. In this year of 2025, small business owners will have to be more proactive than ever before and focus in on being nimble, adaptable, and understanding that it will continue to be tough in the market where consumer spending is down. I'm a small business owner myself, and I understand that there's going to be challenges in 2025. But I know if I focus on my niche, continue to provide a good quality product, and treat my clients with the care and consideration they deserve, we can continue to thrive and help as many people as possible. If you're a small business owner in 2025, I hope you can do the same.